So I just wanted to be completely honest with all y'all. I am scared to do this. I don't know why, but I got a poll on my personal account on Instagram and everyone said I should do it. Everyone's like, yeah, do it. You're made for this, whatever, do it. I'll be your biggest fan. So I'm doing it, whatever. Teachers Island initiated from my teacher Instagram, which is not anything huge and ginormous, but that's where I share all my teacher stuff. So that's how I got the name. So in case y'all wanted to know. On this YouTube channel, I'm going to have classroom hauls, I'm going to have classroom tips, classroom organization, I'm going to have, what else did I have on here? Oh, and of course, the biggest part of this channel will be me documenting my first year of teaching, because I'm so ready to get in the classroom, to start teaching as soon as possible. This is gonna be brand new for me, and I hope that you guys are here to watch me and I can probably give y'all tips, and then you can see how I grow and you guys can probably do the same thing. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna make this video a teacher tag. So I'm just gonna answer a couple questions that some of my Instagrammers, friends, family have asked me or have said are good questions to start off with. So that's what I'm going to do now. First question. How long have I been teaching and what have I taught? For 6 years, I have been an early childhood teacher at a preschool and I absolutely loved it. I loved everything about it. So that went into me getting my degree in elementary ed. And not only did I have experience with, VPK and preschool and whatnot, but my 2 semesters of internship, I did first grade for my first internship, which was only Mondays and Tuesdays. Wasn't anything serious, but I learned so much in just those 2 days a week. And then I had 1 full week, obviously, like everyone does. And then my senior internship, I was placed in the school I have gotten my job at. So I can't, obviously tell you the school, but I could tell you that it is an amazing school. And I had 4th grade. I was like shook. When I got 4th grade, I swear I felt like crying. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna eat me alive, whatever, because I'm so used to babies. But it was a great experience and they were like my friends. I know that's bad to say. They were like my friends. I have nothing against 4th grade or 5th grade or 3rd grade or whatever, but I love the younger kids. So yeah. And I'll share a little backtrack story of my experience at my current school that I'm going to be teaching at. It is an E-STEM school, which is amazing because I love math and science. When I was in my placement, I was very happy. I was so happy. I loved everything about the school. I wanted to work there so bad. So I did all it took to get a job there. I made my teacher portfolio. I made sure to do things that went above and beyond. So, my placement teacher or my supervising teacher would talk about me and say how much of a good job I'm doing. So I made sure to go above and beyond. And I plan on keeping that momentum going because I really, really enjoy teaching. And side note to that, when I finally got my interview, it was supposed to be virtual. And I was like, I'm there every single day. Like, because of COVID, it was all virtual. So I took the initiative and I went to the principal's office and I was like, okay, is it okay if I come in and do my interview since I'm already here all the time? And they were like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I did. Guys, there was 6 people in my interview. I was shook. Every single person asked a question and I answered every single question with as much knowledge as I possibly could, because I'm gonna be a first year teacher. There's some things I don't know and there's some things I do know, but yeah, it was intense, very intense, but I got through it. And then they were like, hey, Perez, come back in here, we have something to tell you. And then they told me that I got my job. And I was so happy. I cried. I'll still cry right now because it's just so overwhelming when you work for something that you want so bad and then you finally get that something. So still emotional, and I'll probably be really emotional, but that's okay because it is what it is. You know, we're all humans. So the next question is, how many students will be in my class this coming year? I know that in my internship placement for 4th grade, we had 27 students. 27 4th graders, that was intense. But, you know, we made it through. As of right now, I have like 17 to 18 students, but you never know. Numbers can change, people can come in, people can pool, you know, you just don't know. So I think the tops right now would be 21 first graders, I don't know. So maybe 21, I don't know, but hey, we're just going with the flow. Next question is probably gonna be my favorite. So it says, describe your perfect classroom and school. So my perfect classroom would be organization to the max. Like, that's it. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you that probably agree with me, and then some of you are just like, whatever. But I want everything organized. I want everything to have a home. I want the students to know that it's there. I want them to know where it goes. So that's my plan is, excuse me, is to make everything organized, and pictures and stuff, but I know it's not as easy as it seems. But I'm gonna try. A couple of videos later on, I will show you all my teacher stuff and classroom stuff. So you'll see what I have, and it'll probably help you out a little bit. My perfect school, it's not a hard question. My perfect school would be the school I'm at right now. Obviously, I can't tell you the school, but it is in Florida, and it's an E-STEM school. It's just an amazing school, and not just because like where it's at or you know what it has to offer. It's just the people that you work for. Like my principals I have 3 principals. I have 1 head principal, and then I have 2 assistant principals. One of them is in charge of elementary, and the other one is in charge of 6th grade through 8th grade. So they're all 3 amazing, so supportive. All the coaches are so supportive. Secretary is supportive. They email me. If I have questions, I email them. All the ladies that are on my team, they've all reached out to me. We are in a group chat already, and it's only June. So I already know I'm gonna have an awesome year. It just feels like home. So whenever you feel like you belong there, or you know, people are nice and you like that about a school, then make sure that you put your full effort into that school, because that might be the school that you want to be at. And that's how I felt, and that's how I knew I wanted to be there. Next question. My favorite thing about teaching. And this is pretty easy for me. I think my favorite thing about teaching, or I know my favorite thing about teaching, is when you see where the students are in the beginning of the school year, and then you see them mid-year, and then you see where they're at the end of the year, and you see how much they've grown, and that's all because of you. Like, as a teacher, nothing and no one can take that away from you. I know for sure that's I've seen it in VPK, so even though I'm not teaching yet, I know that's gonna still be my favorite thing about teaching. And I think the next favorite thing is probably building relationships with the students, because in order for you to get to that level of watching them grow and learn, you have to have that relationship with them in the beginning. The other day, I was talking about this with somebody, I think it was my mom, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna start crying because I'm gonna have to let my first year kids go. And that's just gonna be so difficult for me, because it's gonna be my first year teaching elementary ed, and I'm gonna be like, meh. Final question, it says, what advice would you give to a beginner teacher, or a person thinking about going into teaching or education? Okay, first off, if you're even thinking about going into education, go, do it. We need you. For beginning teachers, I'm a beginning teacher, so I really don't have the right answers right now, but I would say to prep yourself. Prep yourself. Before you even like start getting your internship placements or anything like that, make your Amazon wish list, guys. Make it, okay? Make it, because it's gonna take a long time for you to build your classroom, and a lot of people will help you, a lot of people will support you. So I really think that you should make your Amazon wish list and add all this stuff to it. Make sure that it's not just dedicated to one grade level, just materials that you know you're going to need as a teacher. For beginning teachers, make sure that you're trying to organize your stuff and your boxes before you go into your classroom and then take everything out of boxes, because it's gonna be stressful. And like me, you might not have a lot of time. I'm not gonna have that much time time to set up my classroom, because the school I'm gonna be at, they're currently doing construction for the new building. So once I get into my classroom, it's gonna be probably at the end of July, and I'm a new teacher, so I'm not even know where to begin. And you know, it is what it is. So I would say just make sure you are prepared. But besides that, I think that's it for this video. I am going to probably do a classroom haul next, and I know that you guys are gonna wanna see that. So that's gonna be one of the highlights of this channel, are my classroom hauls, and probably share some stuff about my library. I cannot wait to start teaching and document my whole first year of teaching with these first graders. It's gonna be amazing. Make sure you subscribe, because there's gonna be a lot more videos coming your way of all teacher things. Till next time, guys, keep watching The Teacher's Island.